I have a confession. I've been avoiding K-dramas. Whoa, it's not that I hate them. I just haven't found my show yet. And I know there's great ones out there. Like, I love the movie Parasite, that's a 10 out of 10. But when people tell me to watch the romantic stuff, I usually just kind of zone out. I don't know. From what I've been told, I just assume it's gonna be like very soap opera, kind of cheesy. But you guys keep telling me that I'm missing out. And I believe you. So today, I'm gonna watch K-drama until I find my show. Here's how it's gonna work. My friend Cesar, the other half of the Lingopie YouTube channel, has recommended to me a list of the most acclaimed, most beloved K-drama series. And Cesar, I'm sorry, but I don't have all night to watch all of these, but I'll go down the list one by one and give each one a fair shot. At least 10 minutes of each one. But if it doesn't pull me in by the time the timer goes off, I'm out. Simple as that. So let's find out how long it's gonna take me to find a K-drama I actually like, and which one is it gonna be. First up, the new kid on the block, the one everyone is talking about. No Tale to Tell.
도대체 내가 뭘 그렇게까지 잘못했는데? 그래도 너 때문이네. 인간이 됐다고 내가 너 때문에!
All right. In the first 5 minutes, we've got a historical setting. We've got the narrator, who I assume is our protagonist. She sees her best friend, who's also a nine-tailed fox, fall in love with some guy. He is pretty handsome, I'll give her that. But then she decides to give up her magical powers. And look, we all know this from Naruto, but a nine-tailed fox has loads of powers. In this show specifically, she can teleport, she can shapeshift.
그러니까 언니는 결국 행복하지 못할 것이다. 인간을 사랑하여 인간이 된 탓으로.
Just to marry some dude, you're gonna give up all of your magical abilities? Now it seems like we've got a time jump. We're now in modern days. Makes sense because, of course, another one of the powers of the nine-tailed fox is to be immortal. Again, girl, why would you give that up?
인간이 되지 않으려 하는 그런 구미호.
So far, I'm with Eun-ho, our protagonist in this, dude. Turn human? I don't think so. If I'm a nine-tailed fox, I'm staying that way.
병들고 결국은 죽어버리고야만은 시시한 인간 같은 게 되어야 한단 말인가.
Look, girl, you don't want to become a human, I get it, but now you're gonna go around killing them? Is that what we're doing here? Okay, and now it's become like a high school soccer show. Okay. Okay. We've hit the 10-minute mark and I'm conflicted. I want to know more about this main character. Besides being beautiful, she seems like a complex individual. It is a little bit goofy and there's some like tonal whiplash going on, but I see the potential. I do see the potential in this one. I can't go with the very first show on this list because one, the video would be too short, and two, I'm curious to see what else is on the list. So for now, it's gonna have to be a pass. All right, next up, Extracurricular. Cesar kind of warned me that this one is dark. I've heard other people say that it's basically like high school Breaking Bad. Now look, comparing any show to Breaking Bad, that is a bold claim. Let's see how it stacks up.
품행이 단정하고 학업 성취도가 높습니다. 사회에 귀감이 되며 모범적인 학생입니다.
이 실장님 수고하세요. 내 꿈은 비싸다.
I mean, the hook here is immediate. You have this nerdy model student, almost like a Walter White type character, but he's clearly got something else going on. It's sort of alluding to the fact that he's gonna get into trouble. And I gotta say, I'm into it. I wanna find out what kind of trouble this kid's gonna get into.
천사 쌍년. 야 맞네 내 티네. 처음에 내 티 당했네. 중신아. 그러니까 당해라 주지 분신.
A lot of curse words in this show. And that's not a bad thing. Look, if you're watching a show in order to learn a language, those are some important words to know. One thing I don't like about normal subtitles on a platform like this is you can't click them and just see the definition. On Lingopie, you would have double subtitles. You'd have Korean and then English right underneath. So when you see a word that's interesting, you just click it and you see the definition. You can even ask AI for a full explanation. All I'm saying is if I was watching this on Lingopie, I'd be an expert in Korean curse words by now. Yo, this is kind of gnarly. Okay, so I see what he meant about it being kind of dark. This is definitely more akin to like Squid Game, Parasite, even Oldboy. And like, that's fine. I'm not averse to a show showing violence. I just wasn't expecting it in the first, you know, less than 10 minutes of the show. That was a lot. And on the one hand, like, dang, that is how you start a series. It came in hot. But on the other hand, it came in a little too hot. Usually I feel like I would keep watching. It's just that right now I was sort of expecting like a, you know, the K-drama romance. So that's sort of where my headspace is right now. I think I'll definitely be coming back to this one. But for now, I'm gonna have to pass on Extracurricular. You came in too hot. So now let's move on to the classic, the big one. Crash Landing on You. Okay, first thing I noticed at minute 1, they translate the advertising, dude. Product placement in minute 1. And this is something I've heard is like big in K-dramas. The product placement is like more in your face. I just kind of can't believe like they purposefully put that in the subtitles. That's funny. Okay, another very good-looking leading lady. This time some sort of like celebrity or heiress maybe.
그래서 그것 때문에 전화한 거야?
집안 망신시키시느라 바쁘셔서 집이 어떻게 돌아가는지 관심도 없는 모양이신데 너 뉴스도 안 봤냐? 오늘 아버지 집행.
Okay, this is definitely giving Succession right now. This dynamic between the brother and the sister who were clearly extremely rich, which I could be into. Succession, one of my favorite shows of the past decade or so.
가서 네 회사 만들어 꾸린 지 벌써 10년이야. 네 능력 충분히 봤어. 그러니까
Okay, so it's exactly like Succession,
맡아.
at least right now. Okay, so 10 minutes are up. Maybe it's just because this is like the most hyped K-drama, but I'm willing to bend the rules a little bit, and I'll give it 5 minutes of overtime.
1 hour later.
I am super glad that I gave this one overtime because otherwise I would have missed the entire tornado thing. First, we had the tornado. We've got the crash landing scene. And then we got the real hook in like minute 25. She lands in the DMZ of North Korea. First of all, that dynamic is like super interesting because I don't know how much of that is taboo or how North Korea is going to be depicted in the rest of the show. And then she falls like 20 feet out of the tree directly into the arms of handsome Captain Reed. You know, he's an expert in sensing minds when she tries to get away. And so, of course, the first thing he does is step on a mine immediately. I dig the characterization, like it made me laugh. Like they're sort of bickering, genuinely funny.
그거 밟은 거 같은데 유실지래?
아니요.
아니라고요?
So today's winner is Crash Landing on You, simply because it kept me watching past the buzzer. It's got the right mix of humor and high stakes, silliness, real chemistry between the two leads. So basically, I'm thinking the hype around the show is real. I mean, we'll see. I've got 15 more episodes of this, but the first episode started strong. And if you're already a fan, let me know in the comments. Did I make the right choice? Should I have stuck with the Nine-Tailed Fox show? Am I a baby for giving up on Extracurricular? Well, I'm gonna get back to my show. If you like international TV shows as well, K-dramas, and anything else, subscribe to Lingopie for more. Peace.
Gentleman.